All right, let's just get right into it. We all know AI is totally transforming how we work, right? It's making us faster, smarter, more efficient than we've ever been. But there's another side to this story. Today, we're talking about the hidden costs of all that convenience, the kinds of risks that can quietly build up until, well, it's just too late. This quote really hits the nail on the head. In this global race to innovate with AI, it feels like speed is the only thing that matters. But are we moving so fast that we're just ignoring the massive potential for failure? It feels like a high-wire act, and as you're about to see, there's absolutely no safety net. So you've got this incredible promise on one side. AI can streamline workflows, crunch data in seconds, and just supercharge growth. But on the other side, that exact same power brings a whole new level of peril, one that's incredibly swift and completely unforgiving if you don't handle it right. Seriously, just think about that for a second. In this mad dash to adopt every new tool and work faster, are we accidentally creating huge vulnerabilities? Are we trading real, long-term security for a little bit of short-term ease? This is the fundamental dilemma that pretty much every modern company is facing right now. To really get how high the stakes are, we need to look at a real story. And I mean, this is not some hypothetical what if. This is a real cautionary tale about how fast everything, and I mean everything, can just fall apart from one single mistake. So let's paint the picture. You've got this amazing startup, the kind everyone is jealous of. They're filled with brilliant people, they've got incredibly valuable IP, and they are just skyrocketing. From the outside, you'd think they were totally invincible, but they had a blind spot, a big one they never even saw coming. And here's where it all started. Some employee, probably just trying to be efficient, takes a shortcut. They upload a bunch of sensitive, confidential company data into a public AI tool to get some quick analysis done. It's a simple, innocent-looking action, the kind of thing that probably happens in companies all over the world every single day. And this is the exact moment the nightmare becomes reality. Because that public AI tool, it wasn't built for confidentiality. It just absorbed that data. And before anyone even knew what was happening, their most private information was up for sale on a bidding site, available to whoever offered the most hash. Yep, the absolute worst-case scenario. A direct competitor sees this, jumps on the opportunity, and buys everything. And just like that, they have the startup's secret sauce. Their client lists, their financial models, their strategy, all of it. The company's most valuable asset is now in the hands of its biggest rival. The end of the story is as brutal as it is quick. Once their competitive advantage was gone, there was just no coming back. The damage was total. The startup completely collapsed, all of it, from one little mistake. Just let that sink in. It wasn't some sophisticated cyber attack that took them down. It was one person taking one shortcut, creating one blind spot. That's just how fragile a business can be when convenience wins out over security. Now, this startup story isn't some rare, one-off event. It's actually a symptom of a much, much bigger issue, something we can call the convenience trap. And honestly, it's a problem that's affecting companies all over the place. This here lays out the trade-off perfectly. On one side, you have this relentless push for convenience. On the other, the absolute need for confidentiality. And every single day, teams are making this unspoken choice to prioritize that short-term ease, often without even realizing the massive gamble they're taking. And this really is the heart of the problem, isn't it? What looks like a smart productivity hack can actually be a catastrophic security breach. Those lines are getting so blurry, and without clear rules, people are going to keep making choices that put their entire organization at risk. So what's the answer? Well, it's definitely not to stop innovating or to run away from AI. It's about pairing that innovation with a really deep sense of responsibility. We just have to be a whole lot smarter about how we use these incredibly powerful tools. Look, we simply cannot treat AI like some magic black box. We can't just throw data at it and hope for the best. As leaders, we have to understand how these systems work, and we have to put up guardrails. Blind trust is not a strategy, it's a liability. So here's the game plan. First, you have to set strict, crystal clear policies. Define exactly what data is off limits for public AI tools, no gray areas. Next, you have to train your teams so they get the why behind those rules. And finally, all of this comes down to one core idea. And that core idea is this: innovation without responsibility is a risk we simply cannot afford to take. This has to become the guiding principle. The future isn't just about what cool new things AI can do for us, it's about how we hold ourselves accountable while using it. That is the only way forward. Okay, so we've looked at the risk, we've seen the cautionary tale, and we've mapped out a path forward. But this conversation is far from over. Now, I want to turn the question over to you. This is really the defining challenge for every leader right now. And, there might not be one single right answer for everyone, but ignoring the question is definitely the wrong one. So take a second and ask yourself, what is our strategy before a single blind spot defines it for us?